Okay, you'll notice I haven't shaved yet. I'm gonna shave today. 3. You'll notice my hair is still wet from the shower. You'll notice I'm not sitting down. This is gonna be a very, very short video. I usually sit in this chair here, aim the camera this way, and you see, sort of, look familiar? Yeah. I didn't want to do all the trouble moving shit and stacking books in a certain angle and all that other bullshit. This is a very, very fast video today. It's going to be something unbelievably different. I usually talk about guns, knives, gun rights, gun laws, all this other bullshit. This is a political message, which is rare because I almost never talk about politics on the channel. It's hot topics that I'm like, this is my favorite president. He's an asshole. I love this senator. That senator needs to get AIDS and burn in hell. Okay, political discussions get very, very fucking nasty. Very nasty. So I normally do not talk about them in the public. What the fuck is that? Okay. But this is a political message that is, I'm trying to talk about all conservative presidential candidates. I noticed there was a thing on one of their Facebook pages where they talk about marriage. Okay, I'm going to go over some of my beliefs now. This is going to be very, very fast. I believe in the literal definition of the Constitution. And if you remember the Brady campaign, first of all, don't watch my channel, I don't like you. But I believe in the literal definition of the Second Amendment. I believe the government's job is to build the roads, protect the borders, deliver the mail, and that's it. I believe people have a right to govern themselves. I believe that people should be allowed to do whatever they want as long as they're not hurting anyone else. Okay, that I believe in individual freedom. And I am a staunch conservative, and I am a staunch supporter of the Constitution and of the Bill of Rights, and I believe that all people should be free. But many of the conservative candidates are worried about marriage. And when I say marriage, yes, I mean gay marriage. Some of the conservative politicians have said gay marriage should be a state issue. Some said it should be a federal issue. Some said blah, blah, blah. Okay? First and foremost, this country right now is so fucked up. The last thing we need to worry about is two gay people getting married. I don't care if you're for gay marriage or against gay marriage or liberal or conservative. And there are a lot of liberals who are against gay marriage, and there's one liberal in particular whose name shall not be mentioned, is more against gay marriage than any conservative. His name will not be mentioned here. Yeah, he should not be named. I am worried about unemployment, recession, national debt, the train wreck that's going to unfold in 3 days. I'm worried about gun rights. I'm worried about education. I'm worried about health care. Reasonable health care, not socialistic health care. And free health care that costs a lot of money. No, okay? These are my issues. And there are a lot of conservative candidates, and I'm going to tag every single conservative presidential candidate in this video. I'm not going to name their names, I'm just going to tag them all. I respect pretty much all of them. I don't have a particular favorite, but there's a couple that I really like to see. But gay marriage is not an issue. And I hope to Christ one of the conservative candidates will see this video, even though it's a long shot. We have a lot more to worry about in this country than gay marriage, okay? Our founding fathers, well, first of all, founding fathers would not believe that we freed slaves and allowed women to vote. But our founding fathers would be shitting their pants if they saw that the greatest communist power in the world is our loan shark. We have so much to worry about in this country gay marriage should not be an issue. Not because I'm for or against it. I don't care. I'm not gay. That's not my business. Let them do what they want. It's not my... I believe in individual freedom. I don't believe people should come here and tell me what gun to buy. Therefore, I don't give a shit if a gay guy says tomorrow, I want to marry another man. Or if a woman says, I want to marry another woman. I don't care. As long as they're not children, as long as they're both adults, and as long as they close the door when they do whatever they do, as long as they keep it to themselves, that's their business. I don't care at this point. Okay? I'm friends with Playboy Playmate Christy Morgan. I went to high school with her and her brother. Her brother was my class. She was 3 years younger than me. Let me check my time. Hold on a second. 5 minutes. I got time. Okay? I've had gay friends, and I've had people that went to school with that ended up being gay. Ended up being bisexual. You wouldn't even think, like, he's gay? Wow. Okay? You'd be surprised who's gay and bisexual. You'd be surprised. In fact, if anything, gay marriage might actually help the economy. You ever think about that? Any way they can perform a wedding. A minister, a judge, those chapels in the Vegas Strip. Party planners that do events and wedding receptions. I'll tell you one thing, we legalized gay marriage in New York. Divorce attorneys are dancing in the street right now. Okay? We have too much to worry about in this country right now with everything, okay? Do you think 6-year-old kids that don't have money for school books, do you think they care if some gay guy wants to marry his boyfriend? I don't think they do. You got babies that are being born right now. Right now in this country there's a baby being born. And that baby is going to die 95 years from now in debt. We have too much to worry about in this country. Please understand, I respect everybody's opinion on it, but please understand gay marriage is not an issue. Some politicians, Republican and Democrat, are for gay marriage. Some are against gay marriage. Some have agreed to civil unions. A civil union means 2 gay people can go to City Hall, fill out paperwork, and they can have all the legal protection of a married couple. If one dies, they can collect their pension. If one has medical benefits for the spouse, they can collect their medical benefits for the spouse. It's a mutual compromise. You don't like gay marriage? You don't like non-gay marriage? Have a compromise. Civil union. Okay? I don't care either way. I literally don't care. We have too much to worry about in this country. Do you know that in 2008 in California, more people voted for or against gay marriage than for Obama or McCain? I'm just saying that. Okay? That's right. People in California went to the polls not because they gave a shit who's going to live in the White House for 4 years or 8 years, but because they gave a shit that 2 gay guys shouldn't get married. Okay? It's not a priority. And I understand a lot of people are like, well, I'm gay and I want to marry my boyfriend. I respect that. But I'm just saying, right now, we should not be concerned about this and that. We should be concerned about, okay, the defense also. The defense. I'm also worried about defense. I mentioned things I'm worried about in this country. I'm also worried about defense. We need to worry about keeping this country alive. Okay? That is our top priority. Keeping this country alive. We may have a depression in 3 days. Literally a depression. There's too much to worry about. All presidential candidates for the conservative seat. Okay? Don't tell me about whether you're for or against gay marriage or civil union. Tell me how you're going to solve this friggin' debt crisis. Okay? Tell me how you're going to get guys back to work. Tell me how you're going to cut goddamn spending that's out of control. Okay? A lot of people saying, well, what about the sanctity? Check time again. I got time, 9 minutes, I got time. A lot of guys are worried about, what about the sanctity of marriage? Here's the sanctity of marriage. Many, many, many years ago, a father had daughters. A guy came to him and said, what do you want for your daughter? Pouch full of gold coins, 3 donkeys, a musket, what do you want for her? And the guy would give his daughter, the guy would give the father a gift called a dowry, and he could take the fucking daughter away. And some daughters were sold into marriage when they were 20. Some daughters were sold into marriage when they were 15. You literally had guys 10 years older than me going and getting girls younger than my nieces. That's the sanctity of fucking marriage for you. And there are a lot of people today that marry someone because they love them, gay or straight, and they're together for 80 years and God bless them. Whatever. But then there are other people that, like, fuck, look at Britney Spears. Okay? Look at Britney Spears. She married a friend, divorced him 55 hours later, annulled him 55 hours later. Then she went to the unemployment line and she got the guy that had gone to loans without taking a bath. Married him and divorced him. I don't care who gets married. I care if this country's alive next year. That's our concern, and that should be all of our concern. Forget about marriage, gay or straight. Forget about it. As far as I'm concerned, my opinion on it, I think the state should decide. Is the state going to decide like New York did, where they have the legislators that represent us sit down and argue it like a regular bill? Or are they going to do what California did and put it on the ballot and you literally click yes or no on the ballot? I think it should be a state right. That's my opinion. But it's not a priority right now. There's just too much going on. When we fix this whole country, when guys are back at work, when the debt is calmed down a little bit, then we'll talk about gay marriage. But it's not the appropriate time. There's too much going on. Thank you. Oh, by the way, number 3. Greatest baseball player that ever lived. That's a fact, not an opinion.